Hey guys, I'm Justin.
I'm Lee. I'm still Eric.
I'm still Carl.
And today's episode we go over and give our cast for Mothershucker 2 their due. So let's roll that intro and get right into this week's episode.
Shuck, yeah.
Welcome to Horrorland.
So Mothershucker 2 has pretty much wrapped filming. We've got maybe one or two small things we need to film, just honestly filler things to make the story flow more accurately. But Mothershucker 2, it's going to be out almost exactly a year to the date that we released part 1 as we ramp up for a Blu-ray release this October at Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky. So Mothershucker back to the corn.
Back to have a box set.
I don't know about all that. We're working on it. So we were kind of talking before we started filming this video, and we were like, what do we say without giving away some of the best aspects of this movie? So, I mean, some things that will give away, I guess, air quotes, some things can't not be given away based off our cast. So, Mothershucker, of course, if you guys have seen part 1, if you're watching this, I assume that you have, then you know that we have a corncob killer on the loose out at Kitchen Farms in Salem, Kentucky. Part 2 picks up pretty much exactly where part 1 leaves you with Carl Cobb, and he winds up finding out, as you guys kind of saw in our teaser trailer, that someone from part 1, he didn't get the job done. They didn't exactly die. And that character, we will go ahead and reveal that just because, again, a cast, you guys are going to nail it right on the head. That is our Wes, played by Mr. Aaron Clark. So that'll kind of segue into him as our first cast member. We'll come back to him in just a second. But basically, Mothershucker has been told that he has, in order to keep being brought back, in order to keep living, he has one task that he must carry out. We will keep that task hidden. But he does have one task that he has to carry out in order to keep living, and that involves killing Wes. We'll leave it at that.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly. So that's kind of shrouded. It's not a really good synopsis. The reason for that being, when we have gone back and kind of watched this, I think I can speak for the four of us. I think this one has the potential to be much, much better than part 1. Storyline wise, we've gotten a lot of feedback on Mothershucker 1. A lot of people said it had too much dead space with driving. We knew that when we put it out. It was our first film. We kind of knew that, but crunched for time, we didn't really have a way to fix it. They say you can't understand Carl Cobb because that mask has absolutely no ventilation. Carl almost dies every time he puts it on. And you know, so that has been fixed for Mothershucker 2 as well.
Yeah.
So we're trying to step things up. We're trying to figure it out.
And you can hear me talk shit crystal clear this time.
Oh yeah, yeah. So trying to, you know, kind of listen to you guys' feedback, because we tell you at every convention, give us feedback if you buy these movies, and we want you guys to know that we are listening and we are actually hearing you. So keep that feedback coming, good, bad, or indifferent. If you think it's a polished turd or an unpolished turd, tell us that. I mean, tell us what you don't like. We accept that feedback. We're not going to sit here and get upset. So
no, absolutely not. We've had some reviews that were very kind, but they were very frank. And that helped us much more than everybody loving it. We really, really need the feedback on what we can do better. Where we're never going to grow as, I guess, whatever filmmakers if you want to call it.
Something like that.
something
Performers.
like
How's that?
Dumbasses with a camera.
I do feel like that in every way possible we have improved this movie upon the last one. I'm sure you feel the same way.
Agreed.
It's everything from the effects all the way to the acting. Everything looks and feels better than it did the last time. And I think it's because we're all growing more accustomed to being in front of and behind the camera. That's what it feels like to me anyway.
Yeah, I would agree with some of that.
Yes.
I mean, I've still got a lot of camera flaws and stuff in this one, I'm not even going to lie. But again, we're working on those. I mean, we are working with equipment that, tripods and things, man. We've got some like really kind of crooked shots I've had to fix and stuff. It's just, that's part of it. So
I think you've improved in every way, though. Your editing has been spot on in this one. Where I mean, you know what you have to do now. Where before it was like a, I'm not sure, and then you would
Trial and
research.
error.
Exactly, it was a trial and error. Now you're like, I know exactly how this is going to get fixed. I know exactly what I need to do. It's just been night and day from our very first go at this.
We'll also tell you there's plenty of bloopers like
Oh
in
yeah,
the first
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. There is, and you know, one of the big things that we're trying to improve on is honestly a comment that we got out of Flashback Weekend just a couple weeks ago. For me, one thing that I've really gone through and looked at is one of the gentlemen that bought it. He was like, your timeline for part one was really messed up. He was like, because you acted in one scene like Carl Cobb had just died a few days ago, but then when the investigators are talking about him, he's like, you acted like it was 100 years ago. And that was honestly something that, out of all the times I've watched it, I've never really picked up on that. But then, like, when I started thinking about it, I was like, the way that everybody worded everything, it does come across that way.
The legend, yeah. I get
So
it.
trying to kind of cinch all that's stuff that you don't always think about. Even though there's 4 of us, there's still gaps that get missed. So trying to kind of fill in all that, you know. So hopefully this October when this one gets released, this will make everybody laugh. It's meant to be a horror comedy.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, it's not going to scare anybody, I don't think. But hopefully it will make you laugh. It's definitely made us laugh. And we're just editing the thing. We don't even have it done yet. So
Yeah, it's been a blast. It is much funnier. I think the last one's funny, but this is due to the cast that we have and the environments that they're in this time. It made it inherently funnier.
yeah. I would agree. So we'll go ahead. Like I said, we will start with Mr. Aaron Clark. So, of course, Aaron has been with us in both of our other films, both Mothershucker and Twisted Gables.
Yeah.
Mothershucker, he had a very small part. He was a last minute, hey, can you please help me out? I'd worked with Aaron at a previous job. Twisted Gables, we gave him a much bigger part, and he excelled. And so we most definitely, with Mothershucker 2, we were like, we definitely want to bring somebody back. We won't go into names, but the person we were going to bring back wound up being unable to do this film, and so with that we kind of threw Aaron in there and was like, look, be our leader, be our main character. And to say he nailed it is an understatement. I've never seen anyone, honestly, again, this one, much like Mothershucker, we had 7-8 pages, and he had absolutely no specific dialogue. We gave him something and he ran with it, and I cannot wait for you guys to see his portrayal in this, because he absolutely killed it.
Agreed. And I don't know how he kept a straight face.
And
some
he
of
did the
time.
whole time.
He was amazing. Yeah.
He's, without giving anything away, sometimes his seriousness was the funniest thing in the film, in the scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh God.
Aaron, we have now coined, when you watch this, we have now coined one of your movements as piano hands. So I absolutely love that. So to me, that's one of the funniest things. But anyways, side note.
He'll understand.
He's doing some of the music as well, is he not?
He is, yes. Aaron, as we touched on in our other films, he does have 2 bands, both Crowned along with Maywin. So far in this one, we've used some Crowned stuff. I'm not sure if we'll be using any Maywin. If I can find a spot where it presents itself to use that, of course we will use it with Aaron's approval, because I love giving them a shout out and putting his bands in there. So
Yeah, because
it's really
it's cool
goes
that
well.
you got an indie band playing music for an indie film. That's
Go
just,
check them out. They're on Spotify.
Yeah.
So,
It's
you know,
really,
yeah,
really good.
go
good.
listen to some of their music. And
one is like a post-grunge shoegaze kind of thing with Maywin. Great lyrics, great guitars. And then Crowned is metal. It's
a
and
little more hardcore.
yeah,
Extremely
and
hard,
it's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
They're both bands are great, and they're God, I love Maywin. I listen to them all the time now.
So yeah, definitely check them out. YouTube, Spotify. I'm pretty sure they're on like Amazon Music and stuff.
They probably are.
They even popped up the other day. Like, as dumb as it may sound, like they even popped up when I went to make a TikTok video. You can search their stuff on there and use their music. So I mean, you know, not everybody is like that. So we definitely appreciate Mr. Aaron stepping in and being our main character this time. On the female side of things, though, we'll go ahead and move in. The female lead is Miss Cassie Ryan Jackson. So I hate I hate not being able to give much away because there's not much we can say about Miss Cassie other than
Other than
again.
she killed it.
Oh god, she's gonna exceed in any role she's given. She really.
Yeah.
I just love that you gave her one direction, one directorial note.
That's it. One.
And that's all she needed.
That's
and
it.
she ran with it, and it was fantastic what she did. I took it in places I didn't even expect her to take
Yeah.
it, and it was really, really well done. I was very happy with it.
Definitely.
And the best part about it is you can tell that while she was doing what she does in this film, she was excited and she
Yeah.
was happy and she enjoyed doing it. And that, I think, is the greatest part, because what we gave her to do, again, we're not going to tell you guys are going to have to buy this movie in October to find out, but what we gave her to do was not an easy task.
No.
That's not something someone just walks into and can do
Be careful.
without a ton of research and
She killed it.
exactly. So
She killed it.
but yes, Cassie, like we said, like Lee said, she's going to excel in anything. If you guys have not seen Twisted Gables, a little shout out to that. Twisted Gables has not garnered the support, and I don't think the fandom that Mothershucker has. And Mothershucker by no means has made a huge splash, but at conventions it does seem to be a fan favorite because it's so different with that mask. But Twisted Gables, the people who have watched it, we've gotten several feedbacks on that as well, saying how
much more polished and professional.
yes, and I mean, again, Cassie is in that, and again, she plays a small yet extremely important and pivotal role in that, and again, very little direction, and she absolutely killed it. So yes, most definitely going to be one that you give any direction, and she's going to run with it.
Absolutely.
I feel like that the difference between them, I don't think one was made better than the other. I think it just comes down to different feels for the movie, so you get a different impression. The second movie that was done in such a way as to garner that kind of response. Well, it looks cleaner, it looks better.
Yeah.
Where this one was much more by the seat of our pants.
Oh, yeah.
And just go for it. You
Yeah,
know?
because with Twisted Gables, there was a storyline, there was
Wait.
a story written, there was a script.
Yes.
It was a prepared production from
Yes.
beginning to end.
We're talking 30 pages versus 7, which was both good and bad for some people. Some people, I think really enjoyed the exact pinpoint direction, and other people, I think, really excelled and preferred a just let me loose and let me do whatever.
Yeah.
So, but rolling right along, I've got to keep an eye on the time here on the camera so that we can re-up. But next up, we will do Mr. Lex Bane, the Alpha Beast. So Lex, again, another one. He phenomenal job. He did a good job in Twisted Gables, and he stepped right into this one. As soon as we wrapped Twisted Gables, he was like, I want in on that Mothershucker movie, and him and Carl had some stuff planned. From while we were filming Twisted Gables, they had things that they were working on and planned for this one. And I haven't got to editing that scene yet, but I can't wait to get to that point because I think it's going to be a really, really fun one to edit and kind of get my hands on. So,
Yeah. His physicality is fun, and that's what I loved about
Oh,
Lex.
it's fun to
He gives you a whole other thing to play off of versus your other people. You're a bigger guy, so you're able to kind of tower over some folks, but you ain't tiring. Nobody's, I don't think,
this
going to be
big
towering over
bastard's
Legs.
what, 6'7"?
Yeah, he's
I forget what he said last night. They were just on a podcast out of
huge.
Paris last night, and
He probably
like
weighs
350 something. I think is what he said.
he weighs close to 370, I think.
Yeah.
I go like 220. He's huge,
Yeah, it just gives you a whole other thing to play off
and
of.
it's fun because we have a good camaraderie between the two of
Banter.
us.
I like
Yeah.
the word banter. They have a good banter with one another.
That and I trust him. You know.
Yeah.
And honestly, can't give anything away, but I didn't have I had to trust him and know that. I mean, I'm not gonna get my ass killed, because he's huge.
For real.
For real, yeah. I'm like, oh,
I can honestly say I was glad that him wasn't me.
I mean, I don't think this is giving too much away. You guys may disagree, and if you do, we'll cut it. But the chemistry between Lex and Aaron in Twisted Gables playing brothers, we brought them back in the exact same scenario in this one.
yeah.
I don't think that's giving too much away. Again, it doesn't give any. But again, just their chemistry. You've got Aaron, kind of tall, kind of lanky. You've got Lex, who is like I forget what number he placed this year, but he has not been out of the top 10 in Tennessee Strongman since he started competing several years ago. And so they're just completely different body builds, but yet they act as brothers. And I mean, they make it believable. The way that they bicker and go at each other, you would really think that it's not a stretch for them to be legit brothers.
They were related.
Yeah. So. I actually really like that you brought those two back, because that's the whole thing I was saying during Twisted Gables. I'm like, man, these two need something where they can just let loose.
They could do a whole sitcom, just the two of them.
They had to restrain themselves for Gables, because y'all kept reining them in. And I was like, man, I can't wait till you can just let these two go, because they're going to be fun to watch on screen.
It is. It's terrible. Just the boys in general.
Oh, yeah.
As a crew, are not kind to each other.
No. It's definitely different. Especially this one. We split filming, so we filmed with the guys first and then went and filmed with all the girls. And completely different dynamic between the two groups.
But they instantly, both sides knitted. Did y'all notice
They did,
that?
very much. It
wasn't like there was somebody else. It's so weird to me.
Yeah. We
Everybody
have
and
great
once
luck
again,
with casts.
we have to admit, regardless, we had a couple of people that tried to tell us there was no chemistry in Mothershucker, and that's all that movie was about. That's all that held that movie together, was a couple of couples that had formed on-screen chemistry that permeated through the whole movie.
They weren't out there, though, in the heat to see the camaraderie that we saw.
Exactly.
And I wish there was a way just to leave a camera going for 12 hours in 114-degree heat and film camaraderie to make that come across, because that's something that people will never understand.
I feel like it translates, though. I really do. Whenever you watch the movie and watch what we've watched, I can see it. Now, whether people that don't know can see it, I don't know. But whenever I watch both of those, I see the people connecting with one another, and they feel comfortable with one another.
Well, and that was your first time actually being able to be
Absolutely,
on set
yes.
and see what we were talking about. With your
It's
own
so
eyes.
cool to watch them, though. There's no bitching and griping. Nobody's whining about, God, it's hot, I'm sweaty, I'm this, I'm that. Which is good, because that's probably the quickest way to get a cussing. I'm dying out there, and we all need to, but they never do. They never complain. They show up. They do their job. And it's just, we are so fortunate. Once again, it goes back to, we are very, very fortunate to work with the people that we work with. And none of them are actors. They're all average, everyday people. We got nurses and professional wrestlers and therapists, and we got all kinds of people out there. And it's
people that just work regular 9-to-5 jobs.
Regular 9-to-5 jobs, and they're out there doing this for next to no money. Just for the fun of being able to say, hey, I made that movie. And that's huge. If nobody ever buys it, I don't care. I mean, I don't. It's a moment in time that we'll have for the rest of our lives.
Before we go ahead and move on from Lex, I will say it. We mentioned Aaron's band, so we will, of course, mention Lex. If you would like to see Lex, you can always go to Paris, Tennessee, if you're in that area, to Nonstop Wrestling Alliance. Follow them on Facebook. That way you can see all of their posters. I think that is the only show at this point in time that Lex is taking bookings for, but you can catch him once a month in Paris, Tennessee at the Henry County Fairgrounds for Nonstop Wrestling Alliance.
Just came from Paris.
Yep. Alrighty, so Lee, you want to take these next two since you kind of know them a little more?
So next up is, I guess we'll do them together.
We can, that's fine.
Okay. So Kaylee and John Beal, they are married, and they kind of, when they found out that we did this on the side, Kaylee actually does my nails, and she was like, oh yeah, we would love to be in a movie sometime. And I was like, well, we've got a couple in our minds, I'll let y'all know. So when I told them that I thought we could fit them into the Mothershucker too, they were just excited, elated. I don't even know what the word is, but
Yeah. He gave me the biggest hug. He's like, dude, I've always wanted to meet you.
Yeah. As soon as they watched the other two, they were in. So they kind of added to our cast and crew and fit right in with everybody. And we were blessed to have them. They both did a really good job. Again, they've never done any acting. They've never, been involved in that portion of anything, and they were just thankful to be doing it, and they did a really good job.
Yeah, and again, they came off like real people.
Yeah.
They didn't come off polished like an actor that learned a role.
Yeah.
They were just regular folks, and that's the way it came off. Like they're regular folks, and that's what we look for.
Yeah.
We'll leave John's identity in the film kind of hidden, but again, not to give too much, but Miss Kaylee will play the part of Cassie's sister. So again, the chemistry between them, though, and as you guys have seen here, I've got some graphics up on the screen. They look a lot alike too. There are a lot of similarities to where maybe not necessarily sisters in real life, but they could definitely be from the same family.
Yeah.
Maybe cousins or something like that. There's definitely a lot of similarities between the two of them, and again, they just played so well together.
Just their enthusiasm. It just, man, it really picked up the group when they came out and everything.
Yeah.
You could really feel the energy pick up whenever they come out to play with us, more or less.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So again, we'll give her another plug, Miss Kaylee Bill. If you are in the Martin, Tennessee area, you can always give her a phone call at Goul,
Ghoul, Ghoul Friends Nails.
There you go. I don't know that she has any openings. She stays really busy because she's damn good at what she does. Lee goes all the time and is always like, look at my nails, and she Miss Kaylee does do a good job. So I don't know that she will have any openings, but if
I don't spend near on my nails what you do on movies, so.
I wasn't even saying. See, why we gotta bring
I don't even know. The
good episode. We were having such a good episode, and she ruins it. See, damn.
Well, I mean, in her defense, that
Carl,
I don't even know how much you spend.
I'm gonna get this shit show back on track with our next cast announcement. Rolling right along. No. Rolling right along is Mr. Christopher Baker.
Oh God!
So
Just
You got him all flustered over. He don't even know what to say.
when you see this walking shit show,
I don't even know what to say about him. You can't say much. Again, we can give his name. In the film, Christopher Baker plays the part of Dr. Cole Kane.
Cole, K-O-L-E, Kane, K-A-N-E.
Yeah. So let your minds wander, and you can do the wordplay yourselves. But again, another one who was not in Mothershucker 1, of course. Only returning character, of course, is Aaron. But was not in Mothershucker 1. We put him in Twisted Gables, and he did really, really well.
Yeah, and a big role. It was
a huge role. We took a chance on him being a first time in a movie. Again, he is another one. Nonstop Wrestling Alliance. I think he's I say that. I think he did just quit that promotion due to some things that are happening. You'll have to stay tuned to see kind of the unfolding story with that. But he did such a phenomenal job. He's a phenomenal wrestler, and we kind of knew that.
Coming in,
that chemistry that he shows in the ring, his character that he has in the ring, we knew that he would be a good fit for a horror film. And I don't think he's one that really watches a lot of horror films. He's not a horror fan. Which out of the guys in our movie, I think he's one of the only ones that's. We've got one more that's not real big. He's not big on horror, but for the most part, we use horror fans because they enjoy the genre. Christopher just enjoys being in them, and at least he seems to, and he says he does. And so again, Christopher just gave him the role, and we didn't tell him exactly what to do. We kind of was like, this is what your character is, and he gave his character a whole new life that none of us even
a persona we never saw.
He went down no other road.
And his big thing. He's just a naturally upbeat, happy dude.
He is, yes.
And that's what he brings to the set. Is just this sense of positivity and let's get this shit going. It's gonna be fun.
Well, he just fell right in with the guys. There was you didn't sense anything.
Well, they all know each other.
Yeah, so
because you figure him and Lex wrestle. The three of them were in the movie together in Twisted Gables together. So it's huge, and to be able to come back and watch him put out the performance he did was was well worth it.
I do want to say on a side note, I don't know if anybody else picks this up but me, but because I am from the 80s, every time I see him, he screams 80s
He does.
to me
Yeah.
in every
He does,
way.
yeah.
I don't know why.
The hair, the glasses.
Is that what it is?
It's everything.
I can never pick out just exactly what it is, so please don't take offense to this. You see, you're like, what? You scream 80s to me. I don't know
He
why.
does. His mannerisms and stuff, the way he'll go. Like that, I'm like, quit.
We need to do a disco scene and see how he does. I mean, I
Oh
know
my
that's
God.
not
That would be awesome.
70s, 60s or 70s and 80s.
Yeah, but he was
No, he needs to have a big hair scene. That's what he needs. I'm telling you.
Just hairspray the crap
Yes,
out of it.
spraying just all man.
with those glasses and like leopard print shirt. And
He would rock with that, man. He would absolutely rock that.
So yeah, again, I mean, you can catch Christopher. I say
He goes by Bam Bam Baker.
He does. You can look him up on Facebook.
yeah.
I think he has a Facebook page as Bam Bam Baker. So
Yeah.
you can take him there and kind of follow him along on his bookings.
Yeah, pretty sure he posts them.
Maybe. Yeah, for the most part, I think.
Yeah.
So, moving right along is another returning guest, another one who got us out of quite the bind in Twisted Gables. That is Miss Grace Hernandez. She joins us for Mothershucker Part 2. She seemed to enjoy herself on Part 1. We was like, you want to be part of Mothershucker? And she was like, sure, let's go. Let's do it. She was perfectly good with it. Again, another one, she had a specific location, and she allowed us to use said location, and just opened up for the cast and really played her part well in what she did. And again, just chemistry with everyone else. There wasn't any, we get all these girls together. There wasn't any, I don't like you, I'm going to stand off
No
to the
cattiness,
side.
none of
No.
that.
And same way with the guys, but I feel like guys sometimes are a little bit easier
to get
going in a
through,
group.
Yeah.
Not that girls have bigger egos, but just that I feel like girls are a little bit more judgmental, and to the point in your face, where guys are going to be like, I don't like him, but I'm going to get this done, and then I'm going to talk about him behind his
Well,
back.
if girls have RBF, then they automatically shut down. Like it's an automatic. I don't like her.
Yeah.
So I know because that happens to me all the time because I have RBF. So that's just how it is. And until you get to know me, sometimes you just don't like me, and that's okay.
If you don't,
I mean,
you're a douche.
I'm not gonna lose any sleep over it. So yeah, that's just
she
how girls
doesn't.
are.
I'll sacrifice my sleep for you.
Oh, man. Jeez.
These bags, I didn't used to have these. But yeah, Grace, a phenomenal job as she did in Twisted Gables. Phenomenal job in Mothershucker 2. Definitely a great addition to the cast. I don't really know. Again, it's hard to talk about these people because we can't dive into.
No.
So if you feel like I'm not saying a lot about you, it's not anything meant by it. It's that we're trying not to give away the plot of the story completely, at least until... again, I've contacted Terrence Muncie. We will give that out. He is working on some artwork, but he is overcoming a hand injury at the moment. I think that's taken him out of a lot of conventions for the summer, which I know that sucks for him because conventions is his livelihood. But he did get back with me, and he was like, I will see what I can come up with. I gave him my vision for the cover. So I think he is working on that. When we get the cover back, we will probably share it, and it will kind of open and answer some of these questions that we're not talking about right now. It's still not going to answer a lot of them, but it will kind of give you a bigger peek into what this film's going to be about. But again, that's kind of unveiling the artwork, and that's kind of giving a nod into things that again we're not going to do in this podcast. So but moving right along, we'll go on. Next up for the guys at bat is going to be Big Daddy Devin Graves. Well, I mean,
Professional wrestler number 3.
yeah. So, I mean, again, if you're going to film a movie and you want chemistry, what better way than wrestlers? I mean, the age-old question is it real or is it fake? Me as a wrestling fan, I will tell you this. If I wanted to go see two guys beat the hell out of each other, I could go to a bar on any Friday night and see two drunks fight it out. But when you have wrestling, you have two guys that are trying to make people buy into what they're doing And they do legitimately get hurt, but they're also out there having to take care of each other. You are putting legitimately your life in another guy's hands, and you're saying, I trust you to lift me up over your head and not break my neck. And so, again, if you trust them and you have that kind of chemistry in a 16 by 16 wrestling ring, why in the hell wouldn't you have that kind of chemistry in a cornfield in 115 degree heat? Yeah. It makes perfect sense. So,
Till the screaming starts.
So, Devin is, I did not know Devin prior to Twisted Gables. Basically, he overheard us talking to Lex, and he was like, hey, I would love to be in a movie. And I was like, I don't have much for you. I got a very small part. And he was our bartender for Twisted Gables, and he killed it, nailed it. We asked him if he would want to come back. I don't think he was real thrilled in the beginning about being in a cornfield. But he was like, you know what? I'm there. I'll do it. It sounds fun. So again, we gave him some direction, and he's another one. Absolutely not. I mean, all of them. We say it on every one. This podcast is going to be extremely repetitive, but he knocked it out of the park.
Comedic as hell.
Yes. And I thought there was a part of me, because I haven't been around him that much, I was like, he was just comedic in this movie. But again, he was on a wrestling podcast last night promoting their Paris show for Nonstop Wrestling Alliance. Again, you can catch him there. But he was funny in that too. I think he's just he was another one from the time he got there till the time he left. He was not quiet, and that is not I don't mean that in like a negative way. He just has that bubbly personality, and he's not going to sit here and go off in a corner by himself. He's going to engage himself in conversation and have a good time.
Yeah, and he did. He was great. Everybody loved him.
Some people are just natural showmen, and he is.
Yeah, I would very much agree with that.
Big Daddy.
Next up, we will do an addition who none of us knew. Usually at least one of us know them. But none of us knew this next actress that we put in, and that is Miss Michaela Whiteside. So we did not know her. We needed another girl that fit a certain age group, and none of us knew anybody. And so she was actually Grace's friend. And Grace was like, hey, I think I've got a friend that would love to do this. And she was all about it. And she, again, another one, none of us knew her, but she stepped right in. She fell right in with all the girls. There was no like, oh, I'm kind of an outsider because I've never met any of you. Grace and some of the other people that will, Cassie, they had kind of met on Twisted Gables. And then you have her, who's a relative newcomer. No one knew her but Grace. But that didn't matter to her. She fit right in. She did what was necessary. She did what was asked and more. And again, another good addition. And I would use all of these people again, but her being a brand new one, I would use her again too in another film. And I thought she played her part well for what she had to do.
Yeah, she was a lot of fun.
She had me cracking up the entire time. So I think out of everybody that was there, I think that's the one I left with and at the most.
She definitely fell right in as being a shit giver. I know that.
Yeah.
She gave me quite a bit, and I don't know why, because I didn't do anything to her.
She's cruel to me.
She's a very cruel person, but in a good way, not
mean
in a
girl.
way. I don't slash tires. Does she know where we live?
I don't know.
Hey, Grace, let us know. Anyway, but no, Michaela did very, very well. Again, a newcomer that I would use again. I did not say that for Kaylee and John, but of course I would use them again. We do have another film in mind, and I do believe that at least John, is already cast in that. He probably doesn't know that, so that might be a little side note for him. Hi, John. I think we had already kind of discussed that with him.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, we'll get into that project later because we're nowhere even remotely close for that one. But I don't know if Michaela will necessarily have a spot in that one simply because it's going to be a more male-oriented film. Again, I'll get into that more a little bit later. But definitely down the road, we want to have Michaela back for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And if in the next one, if we need some extras and she wants to be there, she can be there. I have no problem with that. But yeah, so anything else to say on Michaela?
No, she's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
She really was. She was a blast. And she gave it back as good as she got it. She really did.
Alrighty, so moving right along, I'm trying to kind of alternate here. So next up for the male team is going to be Mr. Sam Tanner. Is Tanner, right?
Yes.
Okay, Sam Tanner. Sorry, Sam. Sometimes I forget if it's Tanner or Turner, and I really should have looked at that before I
Sam
announced
Pander,
it.
no! Pander, no!
Sam Tanner. Hey, I knew.
You're just Sam. No worries.
I knew it was one of the two. I knew it was either Tanner or Turner, and I got it right.
Sam
So y'all shut the hell up. Y'all give me so much flack, and I don't deserve it.
Bless it.
Horror Hound looks very bleak for you.
I don't know. I could be the occupying quiet for you.
So when you put him on the hood, just send me some video. I want to see it with him riding the.
You and her can't be occupied quietness, okay?
Truth. That's that facts.
Exactly.
You know what though? The proper amount of correct treatment, I may not go down the route of the tornado.
Shit. Anyways, back to Sam, who we're here to talk about, among other cast members of this film. Again, when we had Sam in Twisted Gables, he was a pick by Dan. We did not know Sam prior to.
Nope.
And he stuck with us. He froze with us in the barn. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it says about him, but he chose to come back with us and burn up in the heat. So,
It was terrible.
but Sam does a phenomenal job in this one as well. I will say probably one of the most, how do I want to word this, out of nowhere scenes of the entire film that I have edited so far. I'm not going to say out of the whole thing because it's not all done. And being behind the camera, sometimes I forget some of the things that are said and some of the things that happen. But someone who, for lack of better terms, he was given a line and he rolled with that line and he knocked it out of the park, and it is one of the funniest things out of the entire film.
Definitely put on the spot.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Again, just another phenomenal addition to the cast. Sam kind of plays our, again, we can kind of say a little bit more about his character because of the work. He is that pompous ass that, like, straight out of college, trust fund baby kind of character.
Boy.
And he plays it so well with his phone, constantly on his phone. Just a phenomenal character in the film and a phenomenal guy overall. Another one that just fit right in. He was in the group of wrestlers. I don't know how much he really knows about wrestling. I wasn't really listening, but he was there. He was soaking it up. What he did know, he was interjecting. Definitely one that I think has a bright future if he chooses to act in other things, not just in 8X Productions films. But if someone else out there wanted to use Sam, I think someone much like an Aaron who's going to knock it out of the park no matter what you give him. He's just good with that. And again, all of them did. Lex, Devin, Christopher, all of them do. But they already kind of have their wrestling thing as an outlet. Not that they couldn't act, but I think Sam definitely on that acting train could be really, really good. So. All right, we'll move right along. Next up is Miss Kimberly Schwartz. So, Kimberly is probably the biggest part of this movie. Not character-wise and not movie-wise, but without Kimberly, we would not have a Mothershucker 2.
Period.
No questions asked, no nothing. So to give a little bit more context to that, the kitchens out in Salem where we filmed before, they were extremely nice and very gracious and opened their land to us yet again to film Mothershucker 2. The problem is most of you may or may not know, we didn't all 100% know this, or we did, I think we kind of all knew it, but we didn't think about it. When you plant corn one year, in order for soil preservation and things, you have to usually swap it the next year with beans. And so the field that we filmed in last year was not corn, it was beans. And so Carl went and kind of scoped out the new location, and it was not going to be something that was easily accessible for everybody. Lee drives a big ass bus, so we probably could have bussed people in her vehicle.
But it was all washed out because unfortunately, when we wanted to film, it rained
for like a solid month prior to
terrible. And a lot of that little road back was iffy. We had a lot of people with small cars and that kind of thing. I don't think we could have. It wasn't worth the risk of getting somebody stuck back there, and God knows how much money that's going to cost to drag us out, that kind of thing. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but Kimberly comes along and
Thankfully,
opens up their
entire farm.
everything to us.
Yeah.
I
She
mean,
was actually the last cast member that we casted. We found her through a Facebook post that Lee made because we needed yet another girl to have an even number of both females and males for the story of this movie. And so Lee got in contact with her, and she was like, of course, I'm all for being in the movie. And she was like, just as kind of a side note, if you guys ever need anything, I have all kinds of farmland. My family has all kinds of farmland. We've got this. And she's just throwing all of this great stuff out. And we're like, we'll keep that in mind, because at that point, we were going to Salem.
yeah,
And
we had made up our minds. That's where we're going to go. And then the rain came.
And then the rain, and Carl, like I said, went and kind of scoped it out, and we were like, okay, let's see if Miss Kimberly would be gracious enough, and she was. And has been. I mean, we've been out on her property
Since
15 times to film pickup shots, to film this, that, and the other, and she's always, come on, I don't care. No one's going to be out there. I don't care. Just opening up and extreme, and then you've got the acting in the movie, and again another one that did extremely well.
Absolutely.
So next up, we've got two more left to announce, both females. So the first one is Miss Abby Hernandez. So she is the girlfriend of Aaron Clark, and so I kind of asked Aaron. I had a spot that I needed someone, and I was like, would she be interested in doing it? And we had kind of asked her at the premiere of Mothershucker. She came with Aaron, and it was kind of thrown around like, would you ever want to do one of these? And she was like, no, like
No,
negative.
don't want anything to do with it.
And she didn't come to Twisted Gables. She was not there. Aaron came alone. And so I knew that she already had kind of been like, no. But I told him to ask her anyways. He was like, she said, let her think about it. And he came back about a week later and was like, she's in. Like, she said she would do it. And another one that just such a good job. She probably wins the award for being the hardest on herself out of everybody. And she had no reason to be. And I think it's because she felt like the outsider, the newcomer. But she did such a phenomenal job. And like going back through and watching her stuff, I can only hope that when she watches it, she feels the same. Because I truly feel like she did a really good job. I will say that most of her scenes involve Aaron.
Yeah.
And so I think that really helped, probably. I think it really helped kind of calm some of those nerves. And, definitely one that, again, I would use in another film, presented the role. I would definitely use her again. I thought she did a phenomenal job.
If she would do it.
If she would do it. Again, this may have ruined her. I'm not sure. I mean, she seemed to enjoy it once it was over. But during the filming, you could just tell she was like, she was extremely hard on herself. And I mean, she's not the only one that's been like that. The next person that we will announce was that exact same way in Twisted Gables, and she was one of our biggest characters and decided to come back for this one as well. So it's just kind of getting over that hump. And then again, I hope that once they see it on the screen, she's like, that's not so bad, and I hope she feels a little bit better, because you can just tell that really kind of weighed on her. But she did such a good job. We all tried to tell her that, but she was like, I don't think she believed us. You could just tell on her face. She was like, y'all are lying.
Y'all are just being nice.
Yeah. And we're like, we really weren't. Like, she really did a really good job. So, definitely another one. Should she want to come back, and should she be willing to do another 8X Productions film, we would definitely have Miss Abby back. So, we will end the cast announcements then with, just kind of worked out to end it this way, but we will end it with Miss Jenny Coleman Hernandez. She has that hyphenated name, another one that gets me every time. So Jenny played Scarlet Gable in Twisted Gables. She was a friend of Lee's beforehand, and Lee just felt she would be really, really good for that role, and so we put her in it, and she was damn good. Another one, though, she was very hard on herself and had no need to be. Because she pulled it off. She did a phenomenal job, but she was very hard on herself. And I bring that up because this time when she came in, she wasn't a much smaller capacity and role in this film, but she rolled with it.
She seemed much more relaxed.
She just rolled with it. She was like, I'm not going to get stressed out about this. And maybe it was because this one didn't have lines. You know, I think she got so hung up on feeling she had to have the line verbatim. And we kept telling her, but I don't think us telling her got that out of her mind. And so this time there was no preconceived notions. It was like, we need you this day, this time, and we'll tell you what you're going to do when you're going to get there. And she was like, oh, okay. And she got there, and we were like, this is what you do. And again, two of the greatest and funniest scenes out of the whole film involve her.
It is.
And they are partly because of her. I give her 50% of the credit. And like the amount of composure that she is able to maintain, and you guys will see them this October with the Blu-ray release, but the amount of composure that she is able to maintain, that deserves a damn award on its own, because I don't know of many people that couldn't. I, as a cameraman, Lee as a bystander in the room, Kaylee was in there because she was gracious enough to allow us to use her nail studio. We were in there and all three of us were crying at what was going on. And you have
quietly.
Yeah.
It's horrible to have to try to watch it and be quiet. You can't. It's terrible.
And I will say that the scene involves her and Aaron, and they just roll right along. And not only do they roll along, they make you laugh at like 2 minutes in, and they continue to go for 2 minutes because the scene is like 4 minutes and something total. And they never missed a beat. Either one.
First time. We didn't even have to clip it or stop it or nothing.
No.
Oh, it's so funny.
So, yeah.
Mr. Piano Hands.
Yeah. Aaron, piano hands. That's all we'll say. I love it. But yeah, so that kind of rounds out our cast. So that's what we had 5 and 5 is 10 plus the 2 extras is 12. So we had a cast of 12. We will mention also Miss Catherine Rich has a part as well. I didn't even make Catherine a cast post.
Shame.
She'd have probably gotten mad at me if I did, though.
Probably.
Our outspoken hairdresser, she cuts my hair. She does Lee's hair.
She's going to do mine for Scarefest.
When I moved to Martin, I was like, I don't know who cuts hair. Like, usually I just used to have, like, my grandma cut it. And Lee was like, you need to go see my girl. And I'm like, oh great. I'm going to be stuck going to a salon. I can't see myself going to anyone but Catherine. Not only because she gives a damn good haircut, but just her personality. She's phenomenal. So, again, she was another one who was like, what do you think about us potentially, using you in a movie? And she was like, shit, I don't care, I'll do it. And was there and was phenomenal. Phenomenal. So we'll give her a little shout out as well. She wasn't real thrilled on like shout outs and like, being, but we'll give her a shout out anyways. Catherine, you can get me the next haircut. I don't care.
Gap his hair.
Whoa, no. You got my hair, we're going to have some issues. might have to go somewhere else. Like my hair. Anyways, so that makes technically 13, air quotes technically. You also have, of course, all 4 of us are in the film at various points. So that brings us up to 17, although we didn't pay ourselves. But of course you have
money. I said I want my money.
Please take that up with someone else.
Y'all told me the check was in the mail. Wait a minute.
Well, let me tell you, they lied.
No, it is in the mail. The USPS just lost it. Listen, you live in Paducah, so I mean they probably shipped it to Evansville.
Wait a minute.
And then it'll go. So they shipped it from Tennessee to Indiana, and then went completely past Kentucky. Don't you know how the mail works?
I feel like I'm getting bent over a table here.
It'll be to you in 6 to 8 weeks, Eric. 6 to 8 weeks.
You've not properly intercepted this until you're bent over the table with one hand on your throat and the other one on your wallet.
There you go. Yeah.
That's kind of
I only put 2 stamps on your check, and it was such a fat check, it needed at least 4 stamps. That is totally my bad. I'm sure it's stamp return to sender.
It'll come back.
It'll come back, and I will not put 4 stamps on it. And
I get the feeling that booger's bouncing all the way wherever it's
Yeah, it's been unfortunate.
Anyways, Mothershucker 2, phenomenal. Thank you to all of the cast. You all killed it. That is not just us sitting out here telling you that because we are doing a podcast or anything like that, because let's face it, this podcast gets 30 views. So it's not like we're getting 1 million views, like we're going to do this and we're doing this for you guys, to give you guys more time to shine. We announced you on Facebook, we announced you on Instagram, and now we're announcing you on YouTube because we appreciate and love each and every one of you.
We do.
And we thank you for being in our little
Can't thank you
films.
enough, and this would not be possible without you. We would not be
Agreed.
sitting here doing
True.
this.
Nope. So, we've said it before, and we will say it again. We truly have the greatest cast, and I challenge anybody out there to come up with a cast as good as ours.
Yeah, because we've not had the infighting, the cattiness. I'm important. You're not. I'm more important than you.
Yeah.
I'm a star. You're. We've had zero
of that. So, I challenge anybody out there, and again, we have had reviews that are like, oh, some of your cast doesn't have chemistry, oh, some of your cast was not the greatest actors, and that's one person's opinion, and again, we welcome that.
Yeah.
That is not meant to tear anybody down. That is meant to help bring people up, and no one has given us bad, malicious feedback.
No, we haven't heard your movie suck.
No. And I say that to say, even though we may not be getting grand reviews on that independent film, had the greatest actor or actress I've ever seen, I would challenge any independent film out there to bring together a cast of relative unknowns that have 9 times out of 10 never met each other, and be able to not only film a movie, but complete filming and get it out on a physical disc for people to see.
And zero drama.
Zero.
It's not even something you have to say anything about, because there's
That
not
you
any.
film for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And we do long hours, guys.
Yeah,
we are
did.
not.
Our days have
let's
been-
shoot this for half a day and we'll get together in a few weeks. Like, we do long
We do
ass
12,
days.
14.
Literally.
For Twisted Gables, we did 20, 21 hours.
I mean, our guys literally in the field this time, they filmed for in the
9 o'clock to
115, and it was literally like 115. They filmed from 9 o'clock in the morning. We took them to meet the girls at 2. Several of them left, pretty much all of them, minus Lex
Could have, yeah.
and Aaron. So they literally did that for the crappy amount of money that we gave them and a shitty gas station sandwich. I won't say shitty. Those gas station sandwiches were not bad. It was just extremely hot, and that was probably not the greatest choice of what to feed them.
Wow.
But then Lee did cook 2 hams for supper, because we thought more people would be able to stay, and we were going to feed them a little better at night, get a better supper. Most of the men were unfortunately unable to stay, but regardless, you still had the girls who filmed. Again, it cooled down,
but not a lot.
Not a lot.
It's still 110 heat index easy.
And I mean, again, we knocked this whole film out on a Saturday and a Sunday. So then, because we had so much ham left over, we did have people eat on Sunday as well. And then again, you're paying them to come back on Sunday, and it's like, here's again another crappy day, like another really not very much money, and here's some leftover ham from last night. And I mean, they didn't complain. They said it with a smile. They took it and they said thank you, and they pretty much all said, anytime you need me, we want to do it again.
And I'll be honest with you, this is no shit. They'll tell you I lost like almost 10 pounds in that suit in that day, between 9 and 5. I drank 2 gallons of Gatorade, and literally when I woke up I weighed like, he's like 228. Then when I got home I weighed like 218, 219. It was terrible. Miserable freaking hot. And again, nobody complained. Nobody bitched and griped, and it was just even the girls, and it was, I mean, man, when we were filming, the thing about it, when we were filming the girls, it had cooled down a little bit, but that humidity was a
Horrible.
bitch, man. I remember I was taking my mask off between shots because I couldn't see, because the sweat rolling in my eyes, and it was terrible. And I thought, and they just kept swinging at it. Yeah, especially Kimberly. How many times we had to do that? Yeah. She's running all over the place like a maniac, and I'm like, and it just, you can't thank them enough. You can't. I just feel like there's no way to let them understand how much they're appreciated.
I don't either. But like I said, we do appreciate you all more than you know. And again, I challenge anybody out there to assemble a cast that rivals ours as far as maybe not
actors, just general people.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, none of us are, I mean, we filmed the first one with a couple of nurses, a couple of wrestlers, whatever, and now it's the same thing. We just, like we said, we're very fortunate.
Sorry, guys, I had to cut Eric off. We ran out of time on that take. So, Eric, go ahead. What
I was just going to say that you can tell the difference in a production that's done for money versus passion. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody making bank off this, okay? It's all about the passion for what we're doing. It's about the fun of being with each other and getting out there and having a good time. Ain't nobody this ain't rocket scientists, folks. I mean, this is just 4 people that got together to have a little fun and meet other people that like the same kind of crap they did. And
Just
I think
a big dumbass that likes to walk around in the heat and talk shit.
Yeah, well, that too. But I think that you can it really comes through. I think, that everybody was there to have a good time and enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
So.
And once again, Lee was the chaos coordinator.
Oh yeah.
I don't recall she getting sprayed or she spraying somebody with water. I believe that was you.
That was an accident. And I will be honest with you. I tried to squirt Justin because he said something very unkind.
It was a terrible shot.
I cried later that night over this, and I turned around to squirt him with this bottle of water.
You know why?
Full on smoke, Lee. I'm a bitch.
It's okay. I was a bitch too when they were being loud out there.
She scared. Apparently, it scared everybody, and it did.
I peed myself a little bit.
Yeah, because she came out. You could hear us through the wall on camera, and she walked out and she goes, "Shut up!" And everybody jumped, and they're like, "You didn't even flinch." I'm like, "Been there before."
Oddly enough, everybody turned and looked at Carl when she said that.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm sitting fucking quiet. What'd I say? I'm like,
quiet?
I was the only one on the damn phone. I'm like, la la la. Y'all are gonna get yelled at. I know. I've done it for 2 movies. Why today I shut up? Probably because I had to pee bad and I couldn't get to the bathroom. So I was like, think happy.
Was I that bad, Eric?
No. You were a treasure. It was you held us all together.
You did yell pretty loud.
The chaos makers were these two.
Whoa!
When you yelled.
I was behind the camera. I had my eye on the prize. Carl had his eye on a corn cob.
And you said,
That doesn't
they gotta
sound
be
good.
quiet. And I said,
And she came out and went, "Shut up!" And
I think you
2
could've
of
heard
the
a pin
girls
drop.
were standing there like, "Shit."
Yeah. I think they were like this. Oh.
It was Kaylee, I'm pretty sure. She was like, "Never, I never want to be yelled at by you ever again."
Yeah, and I was. She
My
was
nails,
like,
and she was like,
"What was that about?" I'm like, "She has to do something." And they're like, "She do that a lot." I'm like, "Well, I mean, I'm a lot." I mean, yeah. She has to.
Yeah, I was
I'm
getting my
not
nails
smart.
done. She said, I can honestly say I don't ever want to be yelled at by you again. Yeah, I was like, was I that bad? She was like, yeah.
Yeah, just don't make her. It's simple. She doesn't yell unless you make her, and I'm good at that.
I did make Carl laugh though, because whenever she yelled, I was kind of scooted away from the table Carl was at. He's like, "Well, it ain't me," and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, he did. He backed the hell up. I'm like, "What the fuck?" It was the first time. It wasn't me. Look, 1 time out of 100. It's not my bit. Yeah. I'm like, whatever. I'll take it. My cross to bear.
All right, guys, we will go ahead and end this episode here. Get you guys out hopefully under an hour. I'm not sure if I don't think we succeeded in under an hour, but we shouldn't be much over. Anyways, this has been the first episode we've all been able to get together on in quite some time, and unfortunately this will be the last one for just a small little smidgen of time. Again, our focus is 100% Mothershucker because I've got to get it edited. I've got to get it completed. We've got to get some artwork in from Terrence Muncie, and we have got to get this sent off to be pressed by our Blu-ray presser. So these are going to kind of take a back seat. We wanted to get this one filmed while we were all 4 together. Again, just to say a huge thank you to our cast. I expect to be back the first week of September with our collection update with me and Lee. After that, we will be going the 13th of September. We head out and go to Horrorland, so we will probably film something while we're there. I don't know that we'll get much footage around the convention because we tried that last year and it was a cluster because it was busy and it didn't really work.
I think I'm going to do my GoPro.
Okay, that
Take
may
my
work.
GoPro this year and just...
And y'all will all get to meet Ava, because I have no doubt that she'll be right up in the middle of it.
I have no doubt. So, but we'll show off our haul for that and kind of go over some stuff. And during this break, we've already talked prior to this, and we all have homework to go and watch 3 of the French Extreme films for Barcode, who asked for that video, months ago, right after Nashville, in Nashville Full Moon. He asked for that, and we've just... we've been busy. And, I mean, honestly, out of that time, we've gotten one... special request video done for somebody, and that was the Reanimator. Other than that, I mean, we've just been busy, so we've been trying to do like, hey, it's time to watch this. Do you guys want to watch it? Yeah, let's watch it and review it, like Zombie or
Demons. This is going to be this is going to be a hard one.
Yeah. I'm not a big subtitle guy, but luckily we did find one of the films with an English dub. One of the films I have the Blu-ray of that has an English dub, so hopefully we shouldn't have to watch but one film with subs.
Yeah.
So,
but looking forward to this.
It's going to be... Oh, and just because...
don't read.
And just for giggles, I love Barcode. Look him up. It's art by Barcode, and it's my favorite artwork. It's incredible. Good people. Him and his wife both super, super sweet people. Some of the best people I've ever had an opportunity to meet at conventions.
He's got a shop on Etsy, right?
Yeah, got a shop on Etsy. They do all the convention circuit. They're incredible.
Yep.
Just incredible folks.
I'll try to throw up some of his art while you're saying that, so that we have that in the video, so that guys can kind of see if you've never seen his artwork before. But
very unique. It's very original.
So again, about 2 weeks off. It's not going to be a real long time. We'll probably, me and Lee, I know I'm going to try to edit, but I'm also going to try to knock out some movies because the shelf is getting mighty full up in our up there where our unwatched stuff is. So we're going to try to power through some of that stuff. Try to set aside a couple nights a week just to knock out some movies, and then also work on getting this Mothershucker 2 finished. But in the meantime, again, about 2 week break. Don't leave the channel. Don't unsubscribe from us. We will return. It's just, again, we have some more pressing things at the moment. But that being said, head over to the website that is in the description box down below. Head on over there and grab you a copy of Twisted Gables and Mothershucker Part 1. Go ahead and grab you both of those and get them watched in preparation for Mothershucker 2. Our next convention is not until Scarefest in Lexington, Kentucky. That will be, of course, the unveiling of Mothershucker 2. That will be the first place that it will be available for sale. That is a huge convention this year. I think they've already got like 110 celebrities announced. And I don't know how many more they're going to announce. So it's absolutely huge. I would think, though, space-wise, they've got to be getting close to being done.
I would think so.
But yeah, it's going to be great. The vendor list is phenomenal. They did a post the other night, and it was like some of the vendors sounding off. It's going to be great. Is Art of Barcode there?
Yeah.
So you've got them. You've got Graveyard Offering. Shout out to Angelo. They were our booth mates at Flashback Weekend. Shout out the gumball guy that y'all are always buying. So you've got him, phenomenal. If you guys have a spot in a room, I unfortunately don't have any more space, but if I did, the gumball machines that these guys get are phenomenal.
His site is Gumball Emporium, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, Ted's
He's
Gumball.
fantastic.
You need to go check him out on Instagram.
You give up your lamp and put one in the
We've
corner?
got
I gotta have my lamp.
We've got 2 apiece.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a third one this year.
Yeah, I have to quit. I'm out of room, but I want another one really bad.
We've done rented a van for Scarefest this year so that I can get more product there. So I don't know. That may have been a bad decision because that means I can buy stuff and actually get it home and not have to worry about. I'm not saying that I'm going to. I'm just saying it does have the ability to happen. But anyways, that being said, all those people are going to be there, plus so many more. Plus our phenomenal friend Terrence Muncie will be there as well. He has the cards, the playable cards this year. It's actually a card game.
Yes,
we are part of that. We have Leatherface from Part 3, Texas Chainsaw. So going to be a great time with that. He's been kind of showing off some of the cards. They look phenomenal.
they're
So
great.
again, so much that and so much more happening at Scarefest. If you don't have tickets, grab those now. They do sell out, and you don't want to get trapped waiting in that line outside the door waiting to get in. So
Most
definitely,
importantly, the shuck is going to be there.
yes, we will have the Mothershucker in costume. We will also be signing copies of both Mothershucker 1 and 2 all weekend long.
Selfies, all kinds of photo opportunities.
Tons of great stuff, and Twisted Gables as well. So definitely going to be a fun weekend. We can't wait for that, but we got a couple months to get there. So until then, well, again, going to take this little break. We'll go to Horror Hound. We'll start back up with more videos the 1st of September. Go to the website, buy our movies until then to kind of tide you over, and also follow us on all the social medias down below. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. We hope that all of our cast has enjoyed this little sneak peek and this little snippet at you guys. Again, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you, and we'll catch you next time on Welcome to Horrorland.
Peace. See ya.